Good morning everybody, this is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. It's December the 8th and we're looking at 2nd John and chapter 1. Actually in 2nd John there is only one chapter. And John is bringing a letter to the elect lady, whoever that might be. Could be his wife, could be a fellow worker, it could even be the mother of the Lord. John had a great responsibility given him by Christ on the cross to look after the mother of our Lord. When we come down to verse 7, we have a little passage there where he says, "Be careful of false teachers. There are many deceivers entered into the world who confess not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh." So these Jewish false teachers are men who say that Jesus Christ is not the Messiah. Now this is something that's a very serious heresy. It's something which eventually took such a hold in the ancient world that eventually the Jews added another sentence to their statement of faith which exists today, which is that the Messiah is still to come. And so it was a denial of the fact that Jesus, the Messiah, has already come in the flesh. Now, he says, "Look to yourselves that we lose not those things which we have wrought, but that we may receive a full reward. Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Christ hath not God. He that abideth in the doctrine of Christ, he hath both the Father and the Son. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, then receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. For he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds." So here we have not only the first injunction by the Apostle John about how to deal with false teachers, but we also have practical instruction about what to do. And he says that if somebody comes to you as presumably a visiting preacher and they deny that Jesus of Nazareth is the Messiah of Israel, then you're not to receive him into your house, and you are not to bless him on his way. You're not to bid him Godspeed, because if you bid him Godspeed and you shake hands with him, as it were, and bless him on his way, then you are partaking of his evil deeds. So this is a serious point. It's something which even today we must be very careful. There are people that might knock on your door. There are people that might stand up in your assembly. There might be people that would come to your church, and they might teach something which is contrary to the doctrine of Christ. And when they do, you're not to give them God's blessing. You're not even to receive them into your home, and you're not to wish them God's blessing on their journey. This is a very practical and a very specific instruction on how we are to deal with false teaching. Now this doesn't mean that we start going around excommunicating everybody, far from it. But we do look at the teaching that men have, especially those who have a preaching ministry. And if they have a preaching ministry and they are teaching false teaching, then we are not to bless them. We are not to receive them into the house or into the church, and we are not to bless them on their way. This is something which I have practiced for very many years. Very recently I had two gentlemen visit the church. They even knocked on the office of the church. I shan't say what false teaching it was, but they even knocked on the office of the church to try to win me to their false cult. Now, I didn't give them any welcome. I gave them short thrift, and I sent them on their way, knowing that they were under the sure judgment of God. And this is how we're to deal with false teaching. We're not to play with it. We're not to be all polite and shake hands. No, we are to refuse to shake hands and we are to send them on their way. This is the teaching of Christ. This is the teaching of Christ. Well, God bless you. Look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.